Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Exit, and yes, this is my real voice. Basically, it was very obvious I was using AI, and it's because I'm pretty busy out here, and I don't really have the time to be recording this stuff. But of course, if my channel, blows up and I make money from this, I will invest in that. But for now, I'm just going to try to incorporate my voice because I feel like the AI, oh. The AI does not really bring in my personality, and I feel like that's what's really missing from my channel. I'm kind of like with branding at the moment because at the last month and a half, probably 2 months or whatever, we're kind of trying to figure out what do you guys like, what do you guys like to see, and I'm kind of like figuring that out. And so Monday, what I plan on doing is every Monday, it's going to be like that's going to be the topic of the week, and then Friday would be like a podcast edition where I kind of just catch up on things that happened throughout the week or other stuff. This is so that I don't fall behind on hot topics, and I'm not like talking about something for weeks down the line, if that makes sense. So yeah, now that we got all that stuff out the way, let's get into the topic. So it's very obvious what we're going to be talking about. But before I even get into that, I just want to say, this isn't a channel for bullying or all that other stuff. We're just here to have a conversation about things that we see on the internet. We're not here to bash people. We're not here to spread hate about people. We're just spreading little opinions that we see, right? If you happen to have an opinion that's different than mine, that's totally fine. Share it, but don't come off here all rude and mean. We're here to have a conversation. That's all we're. We're here to share advice and opinions and have a conversation, okay? All this stuff is just for entertainment purposes, okay? So let's get into the topic. So by the title, you can tell what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Halle and DDG. Okay, So for the last couple of days, people have been talking about it because DDG, I guess he went on Twitch or stream, whatever. I'm not into that stuff, so I don't know exactly what platform it was. And he talked about how he wants to see his son. And of course, a lot of people don't like DDG, so immediately they want to attack him, which is very weird because if that was a woman, it would be the same story. But anyways, let's continue. And it had me thinking, how can I put this? Before I even put what I'm trying to put, let's kind of keep on track. So I saw Queen Chama. I love how she does her thing. She does these talking points. So I kind of want to stay on topic with that. So we're going to try to go down the line. So I'm going to first talk about DG and Holly's history. So y'all know they dated or whatever. I'm not going to go into detail, but they dated, they had a baby. I remember when they first got together and throughout their whole relationship, a lot of people did not like DG. They believe Holly was supposed to be with some rich white man, some, rich white actor or whatever. And even though Holly said, hey, I like black men, I like this, that, and the third, you guys think that you know more than her and you know her better than her and you think you know what she's supposed to be doing. It's so weird because it steps into the weird parasocial relationships people have with celebrities. They think they know the celebrity because they watched every interview and they know their favorite color. So they feel like they know more than the celebrity. And it's very, very irritating. If you sit back and look at it, it's super irritating because they will really sit here and believe that they know more than these people. And I feel like I got louder. And that's not what happened to me. When I get passionate about something I'm talking about, I get a little louder. But anyways, let's keep it going. But what irritates me is they feel like they know what these people should be doing. And I see this a lot with Stan Twitter in general, but in the black community, I realize they take a celebrity, a black artist or whatever they like. And number one, they victimize them in every situation. They're never wrong. It's always everybody else versus them, which is very detrimental to their career and who they are as a person, because on the outside, people are going to be looking like, well, how are they always the victim? There's always the victim. And then because a lot of times people don't separate the fans from the artists. So if they don't like the fans, they won't like the artist. So people from the outside, seeing it all the time, you are always finding ways to victimize the artist. They'll get mad and they don't want to support. And I'm kind of slowly seeing that, because I remember at first when people were talking about DG and Holly, everybody always would jump on Holly's side. But I started to see people drag Holly, and it's because in this situation, once again, the fans are acting like Holly does not do anything and she's so innocent, and she's not innocent. And this all falls back on, just the toxicity in general that comes with co-parenting. Can co-parenting work? Yes, it can work. But the issue about it is, it's not really, co-parenting was never supposed to be a thing. Y'all remember they said, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes baby and baby carriage. That's how it was supposed to be, right? You were supposed to fall in love, get married, and have a child with that person. But nowadays, people are having babies with whoever, right? And I'm not saying that's what Holly and DG did at all. But it's like common for people to have babies and then break up. And the problem that happens with this is a lot of times people break up, and guess what? You don't get to heal properly, because guess what? You're tied to this person. Forever. It's not for 18 years, forever, because you guys now share a child. And men and women heal differently, right? So you have to think, imagine you have a baby with somebody, right? And y'all was in love and you have a baby and y'all have plans to have a family. And things don't work out that way. So now, instead of just going about your business, you have to still look at this person and co-parent with this person, even though they hurt you. And I think women co-parent with their emotions, unlike men. But they co-parent with their emotions. So a lot of times women, they might not, what's the word for it? They might not really care for the dude, or they're still hurting from what he did or whatever, or he might not be the best partner. And I feel like what ends up happening is, like, there is a chunk of women that will use the child as like a leverage to get the man. And it's like, that isn't right. Do I feel like that's what Holly's doing? I don't feel like that necessarily. I think what Holly is doing is what another thing that women do. Women look at children as all their own, and the man is just like a feature. This is my child, I carried it. And they act like the men had nothing to do with the child at all. Like they had nothing to do with the child being created. There was no one there in the process. And so they feel like it's all about me and what I say go and what I want, and you don't really have a say. And I think that's more like what's going on in this situation. I feel like in a way, she, like, DDG wants to, I'm trying to calculate because this is so weird. Like, it is so weird. It's like the first recording, but anyway. So I feel like DG wants to see the child. He wants to have just as much rights and time with the child, and Holly doesn't see it that way. She's like attached to her baby or whatever, and she wants to, this is her first child, which is understandable. But this is also DGG's first child, and so but they're not together. They don't live together. That's why it's so like hard for co-parenting, because I think they both want to be around Halo and and have the same amount of time, but they don't live together. They're not in a relationship anymore, so that's not possible. And I feel like that's what's going on. Haley feels like, I'm the mother, I carried it, I have all the right. But DJ's like, hey, I'm the father, I helped you create this child, so I have just as much as a right, and he's right. And then, of course, you have the weird women, and yes, weird, because if he didn't want to be with his child, y'all would be saying something, but now but he actually wants to be with his child, y'all got something to say. Y'all like, take it to the court. But the man shouldn't have to take it to the court to go see his child, because I guarantee you, if a woman was saying that and she had taken it to court, y'all would say how lame the dad is. Oh, he lame, he has to go, he lame, she has to go through the courts. Because I realize with women is a lot of women on the internet lack accountability, and they're very much big hypocrites. And I'm telling you, to this day, I am still trying to unlearn a lot of toxic ways you are taught as a woman to think and act. And I'm still trying to keep my hypocrisy in check. I'm trying to make sure to keep my accountability in check, because they don't be teaching all that. But anyway, and I realized that You're very much hypocrites, because we know if the tables were turned, you will call the man lame for having to go through court. And I think DGG said he doesn't want to go to a court because it gets messy. And it does. It gets really messy because they're going to get all in your business and it's going to be messy, but they shouldn't have to do that. Now, of course, Holly fans are trying to, they're making Holly look innocent, and Holly isn't innocent, okay? When she went all on the internet and say, hey, I wasn't happy that my baby was on the stream or whatever, she should have never did that. Y'all business is not for the internet. Y'all should not be on the internet. So she was dead wrong for doing that. But I do feel like, her parents are trying to oh, excuse me. There's no excuse for that. She should not have been on the internet. Y'all are two grown people. DGG should not be on the internet. You shouldn't be on stream talking about it. And she shouldn't be tweeting and stuff about it. And I just feel like, also, in a way, like I said, I don't know these people. I'm just looking at for what I see. I do feel like, in a way, Holly might still, like DGG, still have hopes for a family. We don't know what they discussed. And DGG has said several times he will never have another child again unless it's with Holly. He's not really going to be in a relationship unless he's back with Holly. And I know for a fact, on a woman standpoint, you're like, you think like, oh yeah, I got this dude wrapped around my finger. But then when Duke could tell you that, and the next thing you know, he's out popping out with these different girls on stream, he'll make you feel a certain way. And it's like, do you really want me or not? Because, who knows? You can be telling her one thing and then saying another. But I feel like, in a way, what's really disgusting that I see people do, and it's not just with this situation, I see people do this in general, is when people don't like somebody, so they want to make up stuff about this person. Like, they'll start saying, oh, he did this, that, and the third. Like, I see people talking about some, oh yeah, he isolated her or whatever. And I was like, oh, let me guess, y'all gonna start saying he's a narcissist. I hate when y'all learn words, because y'all turn around and y'all start just putting that on everybody. He was not isolating that girl. Be quiet. Holly and DG were in love. And usually when you're in love in a relationship, you spend more time with your partner than your family and stuff. That's understandable. Just like Chloe. Chloe was all booed up with Burner Boy. Did you see Holly anywhere? No, you didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's just really, really annoying when people go and just start making stuff up. Like, y'all know y'all made this stuff up. And it's super duper annoying. And it's just like, just like, I feel like this all also stems from, I realize with the Black community, when they're not used to something, how they react is they clown it, because that's how we do. Like, when we have trauma and stuff, we clown it. We don't really take it serious, because think about it. See, your husband gets clowned for being a good dude. So I feel like DDG gets clowned because he's actually a present and active father. Even though people will try to lie and say Russell isn't a good dude, I've seen that. I'll see people try to lie and say that DDG isn't a good active father, but it's very clear as day. DDG loves his son or whatever. And they're like, oh, he uses him for content. So does Holly. She posts the child. Like, let's not sit here and act like what's up here? Like, stop being hypocritical. Don't sit here and say one doesn't use the content and the other one doesn't. Just do it. If you post a baby, you're using it for content. End of story. That's nipped in the bud. But I realized that in the Black community, like, when it's something that isn't common in our community, we clown it. And this is what I feel like they're doing to DDG and anything else they feel is uncommon. They clown it. And I just feel like at the end of the day, they need to take this stuff off the internet. They need to sit down, and I feel like, they both want to see the baby the same or whatever. They need to come up with something where DGG feels like he's having his time with this baby equally, and so is she. But Holly has to understand that, yes, you are the mother, but he's the father. He has just the right has just as much of a right to see his child just the way you want to see your child. Yes, you guys are in a relationship anymore or anything like that. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know them. But it's time to, step up, be mature, and let DGG see his child the way he wants to see his child. He shouldn't have to beg. He shouldn't have to go on stream. He shouldn't have to cry. That's his child. And people like, oh, the problem is, like, these dads just want to see their child. You get to see your child whenever you want to. You get to have your child. So why can't it be for them? Y'all, that's what I'm saying. It's not just your child. You share the child. It shouldn't be that way. And of course, people feel like if you don't have a child, you don't have a say. But That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact fair is fair, and he should have the same right. But yeah, that's kind of like I wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just kind of like wanted to put my 2 piece in there. But anyways, if you have a different opinion or if you share the same opinion, like, hello, let's like have a conversation about it in the comments or whatever. Make sure you like, comment, all that stuff, subscribe, and I'm gonna try to keep this going. But yeah, make sure you do all that, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.